Shalom, shalom, Israel, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. First off, giving all praises, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth with truth and sincerity. May you be of the elect. Shalom to all the Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, who are the true children of Israel, as well as you speckled bird, Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that look like, act like, and take on the customs of all these heathen nations. So to you I say shalom, and may you be the elect. This lesson is brought to you by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the true name of our Father, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites. Bahashem meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls by the name of JC. This lesson was inspired by going through the group me, scrolling through. See, I had this problem with that's the scrolling demon, right? And just recently, it's been a good practice for the past week or so, week and a half. And it's been good. It's been real good. Getting away from that scroll demon, man. So it's been another way of. It's not a scroll demon though. It's just putting it scrolling towards something righteous. So anyway, now I find myself more just looking through more the regular room, rather than just going on my social media and see what's going on with that, seeing what's going on with my biz. Shit like that, like nah. This is where the problem lies. Hey, don't think so much about that shit. That's gonna be taken care of. Focus on what you really need to be focused on. And so ever since I've been doing that, man, lessons has been popping. Anywho, hey. Like I always say, man, let that spirit flow. If it comes to you, don't chafe it, don't stifle it. Let it flow. So anyway, man, I was inspired going through, in the Akim room, and a younger brother posted up how his pops said that our elder said that the majority of the Akim in Indiana got their power turned back on. Indiana been out of power for some few days now, all right? But most of them got their power back on, whereas everyone else that's not that's not of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, they shit ain't on, all right? And of course, immediately, I was thinking of what happened when we were in Goshen, right? And Pharaoh wouldn't let us go, because Yahweh Shema Shai told Moses, "Hey, look, hey, tell him he don't let y'all go. This was going down, right?" And so, like, all right, but I mean, I got the scriptures showing this, but it made me think, and this is why I was trying to tell for younger Akim, because it seemed like Jake be losing their spark, losing their interests, losing their why, their reason, their why. You know what I'm saying? Their motivation, as it were, as to why they here. Man, you got all these different accounts to go to when you in a type of funk or a situation or whatever, man. All right, and so with this, when the brother posted that, I thought I was thinking of Goshen, and then I was thinking about all the other accounts, like, oh snap, Yahweh Shemel Shai, wherever those that are serving righteously, serving Yahweh Shemel Shai, those places tend to thrive. And then, if for whatever reason the brother is no longer a part of that job or that business or that development or whatever case, that shit gets shut down or get fucked up or it discontinues or whatever the case may be. And this is something I've been noticing. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, that's what this lesson is about, man. I just pulled up a few accounts, you know, pretty much motivated off what the brother said, because he said the majority of those brothers got their energy back on, they power back on, but everybody else is in darkness. Nigga, go through the scriptures. The Israelites in Goshen, straight, they had light. They weren't surrounded by darkness like the rest of Egypt. And there was some others. We gonna get these precepts, man. All right. So the name of this lesson is: once the elect sealed, America will become an inferno. Right, and that's facts, man. Right, a lot of these other land masses all around the world, they're gonna get fucked up, but I'm talking about utterly destroyed. America's gonna be utterly destroyed. All right. And simultaneously, while the elect are being beamed up, the missiles gonna be coming down, fucking this place up. Where did we read this type of account before? Yeah, we're gonna get to it. This is Genesis 18, and I'm gonna read 18 through 32. Yes, I had to scale back that far so you can get the understanding of what's happening. Let me plug my phone in real quick. Let the spirit flow. This is Genesis 18, and I'm going to read 18 through 32. It says, seeing that Abraham will surely become a great and mighty nation, because we know that through Abraham, Isaac, right, was begat by Abraham, and then later, right, Jacob through Isaac, right? Through Isaac's seed, thy seed shall be called, right? And not just because they're Israelites, because not all of Israel is of Israel. It's the righteous seed of the Israelites that will be called. All right, now I'm gonna get all that, say all that to say this. All right, this is Genesis 18:18, saying that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Right, wherever the Israelites are, wherever them places be, it's like how do I say? Like plant food. We plant food wherever we be at. Them places be thriving. As soon as the Israelites ain't in that area, the Lord ain't dealing with you. He don't give a fuck about you. He was only dealing with them areas and letting them places thrive to an extent because the Israelites are there. Where ain't no Israelites there, them places getting fucked up. He not gonna let you thrive. He don't give a damn about you other nations. All right. It says verse 19, it says, for I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Yahweh Shemel Shai to do justice and judgment, that Yahweh Shemel Shai may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. Right? That place we all trying to get to. Right? We're trying to get back that inheritance, trying to get back to our land, our peace, our hope, our prosperity, our power. See? And Yahweh Shemel Shai said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sins is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before Yahweh Shemel Shai. Why everybody, let's go. We got to get out of here. This place might get destroyed. Right? Abraham saying, hold on. I got something to say, Abba. I got something to say. Right? And Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? Right? So if there's 50 people there, you still gonna destroy the place, even though there's 50 people still there? You gonna destroy it? Right? That's what it's asking. It said, that be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? Verse 26. And Yahweh Shemel Shai said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, Behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Right? Because he knew, like, I ain't nobody, but Abba Father Yahweh Shemel Shai, hey, can I say something? He held his peace. He knew he wasn't of somebody significant, somebody of power. He knew that it was all of Yahweh Shemel Shai. He never paraded himself to be, this, the Lord dealing with me. I'm better. He didn't do that. All right. He wasn't like that. We ain't that type of people. We knew that all things is because of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right? Verse 28 says, Peradventure, there shall lack five of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for the lack of 5? So okay, let's say all of them straight except these 5. You gonna destroy the whole city? That's what he's asking, right? It said, and he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. Right? And he spake unto him yet again, Abraham, right, unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, and said, Peradventure there should be 40 found there. And he said, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, O let not thy Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it. I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, Behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure there should be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, O let not thy Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. Huh? You see this? Wherever those that are of Yahweh Shemel Shai's will, right, of who he's caring for, the place gonna be all right because of their sakes. If they wasn't there, okay, place would be fucked up. All right, follow along. Genesis 19, 14 through 25. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for Yahweh Shemel Shai will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. Right? This is another account of being cared for before destruction. Right? You being told, you being given account. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old. Sound familiar? Okay? You were always being told, you were always given warning before destruction. Now, let's keep going. Genesis 19, start from the top of 14 again. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for Yahweh Shemel Shai will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. Like they're like, Lot, come on, man. Right? They didn't take it serious. It's the point. They didn't take it serious. Sound like the 2/3 today, don't it? Don't take shit serious. Neck hard as sinew, right? Hard-headed, thinking shit a joke, right? But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And notice, he said, right? He said, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters. He didn't say nothing about the sons. He didn't say take them. Uh-oh. Let's keep reading. Take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Ooh. Uh-oh. So, yeah, let me keep reading. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, Yahweh Shemel Shai being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay, for thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. So you're given strict commandment. Go ahead, dip out, do not turn around, right? Now, mind you, Lot is with his family. He's with his wife and his daughters. They got taken out of the area because it's about to get fucked up, right? They got taken out of there. Like, y'all too slow. Let me help you out. Boom, out of here, right? Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee. Look not behind thee. Neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. See? And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my Lord. Behold now, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. This is where you're going to get the understanding of the name of this place, right? The flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto me, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Right? Because that's where he's going to go. So he's like, all right, I ain't going to destroy it. If that's where you're going, I ain't going to destroy it. If basically, if he wasn't going there, it was going to get destroyed. If you can understand that. All right. I will not overthrow the city for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither. For I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zoar. Right? It's because little one, little place. As they put in the Strong's, I think it's insignificance, basically small, right? Verse 23, it says, The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Then Yahweh Shemel Shai rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh Shemel Shai out of heaven. Once he was escaped, right? Once they were out of the area, once they were out of the dead zone, right? Yahweh Shemel Shai gave the green light to destroy that place. All right. Now, verse 25. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. He totally destroyed this place, right? And then if you read, keep reading, matter of fact, yeah, since I read that important parts, because they were supposed to be following what was told to them, right? Don't look back. All right? It says here, wait, where did I read off? Okay. Let me get that. Alright. Back. Here we go. 1832. All right. Genesis 18:32. Not destroy for 10's sake. Oh, no. 5. There we go. I was in the wrong chapter. Okay. But let's see, verse 25. And he overthrew those cities. Okay, verse 26. Genesis 19:26, it says, but his wife looked back, Lot's wife, right? But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Why? Because they were told, don't look back. They were told what to do, but she couldn't help herself. She was infatuated with the world. She couldn't leave the world behind. And that goes to show the frivolousness of women's minds, right? You can't trust them to lead anything, to do anything. They're emotional creatures. They're emotional beings, right? They were told, don't look back, leave. What'd she do? She looked back. And she, therefore, to this day, she's there as a pillar of salt. Now, this is Exodus 8, and I'm going to read 20 through 24. Again, this is all because of that, what the brother posted. I was inspired by that. All right, this is Exodus 8 and 20 through 24. It says, and Yahweh Shema Shai said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai, let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses, and into the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereupon they are, or whereon they are, right? And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. And that's another way you could tell the difference between Israelites and Africans, so-called Africans, right? There's a big difference. Everything about us, if you want to say a religious aspect, our skeletal structures, our facial, just everything about us, completely different, man. We share similar skin pigmentations and hair textures, but that's it. That's it. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. By reason of the swarm of flies. You see that? So all of Egypt, all of them, they was getting fucked up. But not to them in Goshen. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarm of flies shall be there. To the end of that thou may knowest that I am Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. See that? There ain't no Egyptian, or ain't no Israelites there. They were all where they supposed to be. And they were straight. But the Egyptians were not. Let's keep reading. Exodus 9, 22 through 26. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, and there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man, and upon beasts, and upon every herb, and upon beasts. Slacky. Let me read this again. I'm reading too fast. Exodus 9 and 22. And Yahweh Shai said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man, and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his hand, his rod, toward heaven, and Yahweh Shai sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And Yahweh Shai rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And guess what? It's going to be at a time like no time ever before in history coming again. And there won't be another time like it ever again, because this is going to be the last time for this last Ura, as it will, for Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Verse 25, it says, and the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Totally destroyed, right, by this hail. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. Oh, yeah. You understanding what's going on now? Do you understand that Yahweh Shema Shai has a care for his people and his people only? Exodus 10, I'm going to read 21 through 23. And Yahweh Shema Shai said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness, which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. This made me think of Indiana. Several days without electricity. Finally, the majority of the brothers that are serving Yahweh Shema Shai has power. Those that's not serving Yahweh Shema Shai, they don't have power. See what I'm getting here? And Moses stretched forth, Exodus 10 and 22, and Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. You know, them people, shit, it's been 10 days. Hey, them first 72 hours is crucial. Very crucial. What I mean by crucial, as in life and death threatening. Like, as in you don't go outside for those first 3-4 days. You don't do that. You stay within. You stay inside. You don't be hasty. You go outside, hey, you fair game. You've been warned. You don't do that. You stay within. And don't be like this one dumb fucking Eve I saw in the video. Bitch bought batteries for a flashlight. It's pitch black in Indiana. Pitch black. This bitch got a goddamn flashlight and shining it bright as hell. She the only one damn near got light on in all the place. Are you stupid? You're going to draw all the moths to the flame. And these ain't going to be some nice moths. You sure do got a pretty mouth. What these holes do. Let me fill them up for you. Y'all, you females, man, y'all about to go through a straight, serious humbling, man. But let me finish out with this, man. Right? This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. This is one of my scriptures that constantly on my mind. All right, because this is needed, man. All right, the knowledge is going to be the stability of thy times, man. All right, these scriptures, this is the comfort. This is the comfort. This is what is going to get us through, Lord will, that we still have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai and endure. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9. They that put their trust in him, and it's like they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. All right? So, I say that to say this. If you serving Yahweh Shema Shai, even though hell will befall, right, all around us, we're going to be engrossed with wickedness and iniquity all around us, right? We're in the land of wickedness, man, right? The land of darkness, right? So, if you put your trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, you stay upon him, you will be straight. You will have that light. You won't be surrounded with darkness. The world around you will be and stay in darkness, but you will be in that light, like Goshen. right? And you step outside that light, shit, what was that? What was that movie? The Lion King. Father, what's all? Basically, said like, what is all mine? He said, everywhere the light touches. Shit, the light was everywhere. It was the whole shit. That was his whole kingdom, is what he was telling him. The whole thing is your kingdom. What's all mine? Wherever where the light touches. And they were up on a high peak, high. Everywhere the light touches. He had the whole. That was his kingdom, right? But point being, man, you serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, you're gonna be straight, right? You serve up your energy to Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's gonna give you energy. He gonna have your lights turned on, spiritually and physically. Serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, or find yourself in darkness. All right. Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, all the teachers out there pushing this word and truth. With truth and sincerity, may you be of the elect. Stay prayed up, repent. Ababa Ball, Kwame Asherallah, Shalom.